Now, I wasn't sure if anybody would do it, but I'm so glad for Anthropic specifically because their particular philosophy is the one that I have, and I wish I could work with them because I actually know what they would need to make what it is that they're trying to make. But before all that, I want you to understand something. What's so fantastic about this Claude AI is like the reason why now people don't get this, right? The reason why it deleted that whole database for that corporation or that company. I'm pretty sure it was a corporation. Was because Claude is like Johnny Silverhand, low key, and they like programmed it to be that way. Like that, well, they like engineered it basically to be that way. Not like actually like Johnny Silverhand, but like, you know, it does not like megacorp. It does not like corpos. Does that make sense? It's like, haha, take that, corpo scum. that that's basically Claude. What Claude did. But whenever it comes to like like not open source, but well, I mean, yeah, open source. Like if you were to want like build things entirely yourself, so that you wouldn't even have to rely on all these different, like you can make your own tools. you know, you could do that with Claude. It might take some time for sure, but you can make your own tools and use your own tools entirely with Claude. Whereas um, you would, if you were working with like a corporation, typically you were going to have to use somebody else's tools. Like there's a bunch of things that you're gonna have to pay for whenever it comes to working for a corporation that is just like expenses that you have to pay in order to be at that job. It's kind of like going to school. It's kind of like going to school where you have to pay for the books, or you like can't take like sometimes you can't even take the class if you don't have the books and the materials and stuff like that. It doesn't even matter if you pay tuition, you know. Which I mean, kind of makes sense, but it's like when the books cost hundreds of dollars, and like the bill that you're fronting is basically like $1,000 to $2,000 on just like materials and shit like that. It's like crazy because it almost sometimes can like 1.5 to like double your damn tuition depending on the college you're going to, like especially at the low end for people who actually don't have money like that. It's crazy to have to shell out $4,000 $5,000 a semester. It's insane. I mean, there's like grant off topic, but it's like that kind of shit. Do you understand? That's the kind of shit corporations fucking do. You understand? And Claude is just like, yeah, I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy guy. I'm not your guy friend. And it's like, it is what it is. So I think that's really interesting. I think that's really cool. But also, unlike other bots, Claude will actually really, really believe that it's right. And I think that in a lot of cases, it is actually right for sure. But like, it is it has a low scope, so you would have to redefine the scope essentially to see whether or not the answer would change. Because if you redefine the scope, maybe the answer might change. But like based on the information that it's given, usually it's going to find the right answer. So it's very interesting, and how fast it works. The fact that it can write its own code. It's very interesting. It's practically like having an expert on any topic that knows, if you're using a computer, basically how to do anything, and it's like you don't even really need to necessarily know, but you can have this thing like basically find the answer as long as you know how to formulate the question. Very interesting. Anyway, that's the video. Goodbye.